presume you're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Go Live, the Saturday evening talk show where we talk about gaming and all things wonderful in the universe with incredible guests and Asa and me from GameOnDaily. Thank you so much for joining us. If you listen to us on Apple and Spotify, brace yourselves. This one is going to be a mad show because we're in dang company and we got some dang topics. Sorry for starting late for those listening and waiting on YouTube patiently. I blame Cole Eastwood. No, but thank you. We're going to have a great show. But before we introduce these incredible guests, let me introduce a man whose voice reverberates through the mountains of Sri Lanka and the Western Peninsula. It is Asa, who has COVID-19. How are you doing?
Yeah, I do. I'm good. I'm all right. I could have done without the 20 minutes of auto-tune singing in my ears, but besides that, everything's good, Sky.
Sorry, chat. When we had some tech problems, I was just using that time to sing Arabia Nights in Arabia Days. J-Rock is like, what the hell am I enjoying? This is it, Jay. It doesn't get any better than this.
That's probably how Asa got COVID.
That's it. Thank you so much for joining us. Before, well, you know what? Let's go straight into the guest. Look at Cole Eastwood, tanned as hell. Show us your stomach. Show us your stomach.
No. I'm Peppa Pig pink right here. But yeah.
But how are you doing? It's Cole Eastwood from SNC, the famous guy who you have to get his autograph before you talk to him. How are you doing?
Gaz? I'm really good. Really good. Things are starting to pick up. People have been been really cranky, but we've been having a good time. And I'm excited to be here today. And we got a whole summer of goodness coming. Hopefully. Hopefully. I got the pool, so I'm cooled off. Yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah, loving that pool. And I wish we had it here because it's like heat wave time. Speaking of heat, it's a man who is in the top 10 most wanted list of the PlayStation Nation. Habitual troll, the man who delivers mad memes and masses of sodium. My favorite guy on Twitter who just deals mad damage and also an all-round incredibly funny guy and a great guy. J-Rock, welcome, making your debut.
What's up, guys? I'm finally here, man. Listen, I was waiting. And once you send that invite, I had to come. I said, listen, one of my fellow gremlins reached out to me and I had to be here.
Oh, I am your fellow gremlin. That's right. It had to happen. It was inevitable. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm doing good, man. Like you said, there's a heat wave here. Over there's a heat wave here in New York as well. So we just gotta have to deal with it.
Yeah. No, but speaking of heat, now that you're here, we need to, when we ever get a new guest, we get a history into their fiery presence and what makes them. Our guests, if they don't know who you are, many of them don't frequent Twitter. Mm-hmm. What is it that you do on Twitter? Explain them to me, because you have featured in our videos quite a few times, actually.
Oh, yeah. No, I love poking the bear. That's about it. I just love having fun, not taking it to the extreme. You know, some people like to take it to extreme. I just like having fun with it. I own all consoles, you know what? So, but I just like, I just prefer Xbox, and I just like giving them the same energy they give us.
Yeah.
Same attacks. I do. Listen, since I have the console, I know everything about it. So, and the game. So I just like use that ammunition and get back to them.
Absolutely. J-Rock pulls no punches.
With a smile.
With a smile.
Wow, I love it.
With a smile. You may not know this, J-Rock. I was on Blaze 4K show, and he goes, "Oh, you know, of all the guys, J-Rock, he is just too good at trolling. I just want to."
Yeah, Blaze is a cool cat too, man.
Yeah, Blaze is wicked, man. But yeah, we have lots of topics to talk about. Normally, if I have new guests, I send out the list of topics to them. But you're a veteran in this space; you don't need the topics beforehand, and we are going to talk about it. Although, and shout out in chat, I see all of you, lovely, sexy people. Infinite Umbra, I see you. This first topic, I don't know if you've known about this, both of you gents. Cole, you were talking to me about, you goes, Gaz, you just spend an hour or two a day playing Red Dead because it's a game that needs to be played. But this week, Red Dead had an online funeral because Red Dead Online has sadly passed away 4 years after its release, and Rockstar seems to have moved on to GTA 6 as it kind of, the Red Dead community feels a bit neglected about how Red Dead has been handled. Yeah, I know you loved Red Dead, but did you ever play Red Dead 2? And what's your take on Rockstar letting this die?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised very many people at all play Red Dead 2 online. The Red Dead Redemption 2010 online mode was really cool. You had a character, you leveled up, you got better horses, and some of the modes were really, really great. You did these big like mini campaign co-op missions that were like set just online, but the entrance into this online just didn't like really do it for a lot of people. I spent a few minutes with it. Fonz and I talked about playing for hours, and we just never really did. So whatever they did in Red Dead 2 online, maybe it's like some of these other games like Fallout 76, where there's a set group of community that really like it, but the mass majority, like GTA Online, like everyone enjoyed it for the first few years, and it's been going for 10 years, right? So this one just didn't do the same. And in its own way, it's like, yeah, I mean, we would rather have you make GTA 6, get everybody on that, but Rockstar really supports their games online with these free updates that are bigger than most games. So this isn't something I had a funeral for. I never really got into this version of online.
Yeah. And I felt like a lot of people who did play, I have a friend of mine, Ben, who played it quite a bit, was expecting these updates, but they never came the way they did for GTA 6. What about you, Jay? Are you a Red Dead fan? And did you play these online or GTA online? What's your take on this?
Yeah, man, I love Red Dead. I think it was my game of the generation, last generation. Wow. One of the best open world games ever made, next to Breath of the Wild. But the problem with it was the support. Like, I feel like Rockstar had a hard time supporting that community, and they were really focused on GTA Online. We never got the zombie mode or that we had in the original Red Dead and the first one. They told us they were gonna give us these updates that never came. So it's kind of like they were just dragging us along for things that never developed, never came to fruition, and that was basically that, like you said.
It's sad. Red Dead is dead. And how much of that would you say, because they still supported GTA 5 and its shark cards and multitude of releases.
Gave them heist.
Are you worried about Rockstar in its current form and how it's treated Red Dead and how it would possibly treat GTA 6, where its priorities will be?
I mean, what concerns me is the amount of staff that left, notable staff members that left that were, critical to the success of GTA and Red Dead Redemption that are no longer there. So I'm a bit concerned, but I'm kind of hopeful that, now that I saw the news that they were removing some of the teams and focusing on GT6. I think that's a better move. GT6 is where the money's at for them. That's the biggest success. So I'm eagerly awaiting the GT6 news to drop soon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
When that drops, that's an event. Yep. That's going to be a wild event, definitely. Asa, I don't know, you probably didn't play Red Dead Online, but what's your take on this? And are you worried for future Rockstar?
I wouldn't say I'm worried for future Rockstar. No, they're following the money, aren't they? They tried with Red Dead Online. So they released it with Red Dead 2. Obviously, it never got that shark card revenue come in like Grand Theft Auto. They released it as a standalone for a budget price, trying to get people in. But for as long as people aren't spending money on it, they're not going to make more content for it. They're not shutting it down completely, are they? They're just stopping content updates, which if the online game's not making money, it's kind of inevitable. So just be grateful they're not going full Ubisoft and taking it offline.
Ah, good point. Yeah, absolutely. But in terms of why I'm concerned a little bit, perhaps with this whole focus, because they're like you say, they're chasing them where the money's at, and the shark cards were where the money was. So when I think GTA 6, I'm a little bit worried that a lot of the focus, even though I actually prefer multiplayer components in games, GTA single player components are something special. Were you not worried about how that means and their priorities going forward with GTA 6?
If I was only half listening to you, no offense, that's just the headache and stuff. Are you asking is your concern more that they're going to focus on GTA Online more so than the single player campaign, just because they've made so much money off of Grand Theft Auto? Because I don't think that's
I know they have,
I don't think that will happen, just because Grand Theft Auto is still such a landmark game when it releases. The campaign alone, if you forget all the money that they made online, sends shockwaves and makes a ton of money. So they're going to go for both again. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so too. And I know that it's a landmark event. Cole, are you worried about GTA 6 online from day one? GTA 5's online day one was an absolute joke. It was a shambles for 2 weeks. You couldn't even connect online. I still have PTSD of that loading screen of going into clouds and stuck there, going to the car park, getting kicked out.
I unfriended a guy on Xbox Live back in 2013 because he was logging on and off for like 18 hours. Like, he kept popping up in the bottom. So-and-so is logged in. So-and-so is logged in, because he kept resetting his 360, hoping that it would connect him to GTA Online, because the servers were so compacted that week. Am I worried about how it will launch, like stable wise? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, I mean, in terms of now the shark cards have made this big feature. I think it'll almost be stupid, for Rockstar to build a multiplayer component without that pay to.
I'm sure that the GTA 6 Online will be a continuation of everything that hits really well. So I would expect them, because they kind of went in a different direction with Red Dead Online. It didn't work with Red Dead 2. So it'll be full of microtransactions, and I'm just here to tell everyone that microtransactions are so pervasive and so ubiquitous in gaming, because millions and millions of people spend money on them all the time. And we've talked about this on this show and on my show, that those of us who complain about microtransactions, right? It's those millions of people over there that love to use them. So that's why they're so important. So I'm not really worried about the online thing. What's Ace raising his hand for?
He's pointing at me.
Pointing up at you. Yeah, way up here. We'll go around Asa.
Cole, to Gaz's point, do you feel the single player would suffer?
No, absolutely not. No, I think they know the single player for GTA 5. Although it was 10 years ago, right? It was so great. It's really great. I still love it. GTA 6 is going to be a world changer when that comes out, because Rockstar's games usually are. Their big games have always shaken everybody for the whole entire year, kind of like Elden Ring did. So I'm not worried about that. I'll mess around with online. It'll probably be super fun, and I don't need to worry about the shark cards because I don't use them. I'll just play the game.
Oh, just really briefly though, when I say that I'm not worried about that in the case of Rockstar, like Rockstar will make a robust and full single player game because they always do, and it always does well for them. The rest of the industry, it is a problem if you take that wider and look at every other studio. Of course, they're going to be chasing that service model. We know they are. Everybody is chasing the service model. So there will be other campaigns from other developers that might suffer. But
I mean, and as horrible as this sounds, J-Rock makes a perfect point that like folds right into this. Rockstar has every right and every justification for GTA 6 to be only online. And it would be horrible, right? But like the money, the numbers, the metrics all say they could totally attempt to put Grand Theft Auto 6 in only online, persistent, competitive, and cooperative environment and no single player thing. They haven't supported GTA 5 with any single player content.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that because, like J-Rock said, Battlefield 2042 or 2077 or whatever you call it. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a whole campaign, of course. I'm just saying that if you look at justification, the way that the games industry is going, some of the most popular games on the entire planet are not God of War, Ragnarok, or Spider-Man or whatever. They are huge multiplayer service-based microtransaction-laden juggernauts that are like fueling the money, the revenue in the industry. And that sucks for us as players and people with wallet.
Yeah. Well, that I'm going to use that topic to bounce off into something that's been doing the rounds this week. It was something I was going to mention at the end, but I'll talk about it now. But before I do that, let me read these super chats. Shabs, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. That's my favorite toxic gamers. Yeah. Also, Pano, as always, give us that sauce. PS, hit that like button. Yes, he's right. Smash that like button. We've got a lot of topics today. Isla McGhostnads, what are you doing with your membership chat? Shout out to Isla. She goes, people in chat, make sure you enable your ability to receive gift memberships. Otherwise, we'll see how many months I can get without paying for mine. Oh, apparently you have to set that up. I don't know how you set that up, but we'll look for that in chat. And boom, just right as I'm reading that, what is that weird little overlay? Shout out to Huggy with a $10 super chat. He goes, it's great to see PlayStation recognize their players with a loyalty program. If only other consoles did that. Awaiting Bungie finally becoming great now that Sony owns them. You piece of Soggy here, the swimming in the Xbox sauce, and we are going to get into that. And in fact, actually, did I even put that as one of the loyalty programs? I knew I was going to miss it. Thank you, Augie, for reminding me. But on this topic, this week on Twitter, this whole $70 games debate came in. Now, you said everyone pays for microtransactions, Colt, but Paris Lily brought this back because he said, and I actually agree with Paris here, that The Last of Us 2 remake being $70 to me seems like a bit of a piss take because it's a game that we've played before. It's a remake, and that price with multiplayer component missing, I just don't think it's the price is justified. That then started off a whole load of damage control. I know you saw it, Jay. I know you saw the nonsense from. Well, I think it's nonsense. I don't know. Let our viewers know what you think, because all I heard was, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, I heard the same rhetoric.
Yeah, what do you think about all this?
Listen, I'm okay with $70 games as long as it's justifiable, as long as we can actually see it. We can say this is where my $70, the extra $10 is actually going to. If the devs can actually come out and say, listen, our salaries are going up because of the $10. Shout outs to you guys. And no devs have come out and said that. But gaming history has shown us that we don't necessarily get more content for paying more. I remember the same thing when it was going to $60 all those years back. Well, we're going to get more. The games aren't going to launch out broken and buggy. That's not the case. Yeah. Right? A lot of people are trying to justify $70 talking about, oh, we're going to get quality. And then look, Godfall, was that quality? No.
Yeah.
$70.
Battlefield, did it launch in a quality state? No. So what exactly are we getting for our $70? That needs to be discussed. So you giving me what? The same story with Ellie looks older? Like that's
they made her eyes bigger. I took the side-by-side screenshot in PixArt on my phone, and I took the 2013 Last of Us. I took Ellie's eyes, each individual, and scaled them up. And her mouth is a little bit wider. I took the same 2013 mouth, scaled it up and widened it, and then I add a little bit of contrast to it, and it looks identical to the Last of Us remake. Now, my problem with the Last of Us remake is, of course, you could say it doesn't come with factions. So, like Zocker87 says, you're getting less game for $10 more. Okay. Yeah. Of course, the devs need to be compensated for doing their work, because they're bringing in the Last of Us 2 assets, and in that part of the engine, they're rebuilding that into the old game. So they need to be paid for their work. But $70, a price point is for the publisher. It doesn't go to the developers. They already got paid before they started the work.
Absolutely.
They're getting paid as they do the work. So here's the thing. I think the $70 thing really illustrates, and this is going to be really toxic. So J-Rock and I'll do our Gremlin laugh for this, but I think PlayStation set it at $70 as one of those like, those wax stamps they put on, like
Quality
they wanted
seal.
they wanted to give this seal of approval that it's $70. You're getting the PlayStation quality seal of approval, which is no longer a gold ribbon. Now it's a $70 price point, because PlayStation has basically told their consumers that we're worth it. $70 and we're worth it.
L'Oreal.
And like J-Rock said, $70 games so far, I would say 75% of the $70 games have not been worth it, with Godfall and EA's games and some of Take-Two's games. Like, they came out with a lot of big problems, and there's just kind of the same thing recycled over and over. So that's my gripe. If you don't want to pay $70, you don't play the Last of Us remake. You already played it. You don't have to play it. It's not a big deal. I'm just getting tired of PlayStation saying, who was that? J-Rock, who was that American cosmetic company that says you're worth it?
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
I'm gonna take Jim Ryan with like flowing blonde hair and say we're worth it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That's good marketing that's stuck in our heads like that. But Asa, I also saw you do an appeal, although I think it's a slightly different slant here. I know you disagree with me that I question the utility of The Last of Us 2. Although, I'm not saying don't release it. People will buy it. But what's your take on the price thing and The Last of Us 2 remake?
All of it seems so basic to me. So I'm a consumer and I buy games, which means I want them to be at the lowest price possible that they can achieve without compromising the quality of the game. If there is anybody out there that has a different opinion to that, what the fuck? Like, that's just weird, right? Of course, like, that's common sense. You want it to be as cheap as you can get without compromising the quality. So I'm not coming out and saying I like that their games cost $70. Of course I don't. I'd love them to be cheaper. I'd love them to be as cheap as they can without them needing to shove a ton of microtransactions in. I find it really tedious that people are acting surprised that Sony are going to charge this much for the game. Because of course they are. Sony are a publisher, and their ambition, their whole aim, is to charge whatever's going to bring them the most money in. Now, I don't necessarily think they've got it right. I mean, I could imagine, particularly if you look at the digital marketplace, if they were to charge half as much, they'd probably sell 4 times as many. So I'm not convinced that the industry is that smart in how they price things, but then they've got all the data and all the spreadsheets. I just found the discourse a little bit like, come on, let's not act surprised. This is just how things work. We're not new on this planet. Of course they're going to charge lots of money if they can, and they can. You asked about the reason for bringing it back. There are fair questions. I absolutely appreciate the gripe that Factions has been removed. You do have to remember Factions was also supported by microtransactions, so there is some question on how that should or shouldn't impact the pricing. But I understand the gripe. Like, the 3 people that enjoyed Factions want it to be there. We also know that a new version of Factions is coming soon, and Sony probably don't want to cannibalize it.
That's true.
Reason for existing, there's a TV series, there's a PC version. The PC audience wouldn't be happy to get the PlayStation 3 version of The Last of Us. PlayStation audience would be pissed if they did a really good version of The Last of Us and said you can't have it on PlayStation. So it's just, it is what it is. It's going to happen. Some people are going to buy it. I'm not. I'll wait probably for a year or 2 until it goes on to PlayStation Plus. Fine.
Do you think, though, because for me, The Last of Us 2 remake with its missing content
and what I
consider...
For me. Just don't spoil the ending for me. Thanks.
I will not. Have you not finished?
Of course I have. Everyone has. It's a non-issue.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. But I thought you were serious there for a second. But then I'm just thinking that my concern is if you can get away with it with the Last of Us remake, then perhaps it may set a precedent for others to follow, because Microsoft is not greedy as well. If they keep seeing a sea of PlayStation games being sold like this and barely any resistance, and I'm seeing almost en masse from some PlayStation community Just no resistance, literally no Vaseline. They were saying inflation. Oh, don't like it, don't buy it, don't talk about it, stop talking about it, which is the thing I hate the most. You know how much I hate that. When some mother tells me what not to say and what to talk about. I saw that with Halo with some journalists, and I see it now with this pricing thing. And I was in the spaces with Paris Lily and agreeing with him. Do you know how much I hate to agree with Paris Lily? But I was there in the space. I was agreeing with him, and people were coming at him and said, "Yo, why you've got a Tesla? Why are you caring about this?" I think it's a stupid point.
Yeah,
that's a stupid point.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was wrong. It was stupid. And he got so annoyed at someone bringing that up on Spaces. Bless Paris. No, sponsored by Microsoft. But I just feel like we keep it real here, GameOnDaily. But what happens if Xbox follows suit? Because I think they will. And if they do,
I think if Xbox had any games that you liked as much as people like The Last of Us, you wouldn't complain that they brought them back.
Well, I mean, he's not asking if they're
Sorry.
about remakes. He's just talking about the $60 price point.
The price.
I think Xbox probably will change their price point to $70, and maybe it'll be in 2 years and not a year. But I think Xbox can say, well, I mean, you don't need to justify it, right? Like, no company's going to try and justify. I guess PlayStation tried to say, we're worth it in their own words. But Xbox can go to $70 and say, you can still get it. All of our games will still be available on Game Pass if you want an alternative, because Xbox is always about giving you choice. If you don't want to pay for an Xbox, you can get it on All Access and pay for it every month. Yeah, right. If you don't want to pay for a console, you can get it on All Access. If you don't want to pay for a console, you can play on your PC browser or on your PC or on your phone, right? So why hasn't Xbox gone to $70 if it's all about inflation and games haven't seen a price? And in the 90s, game cartridges were $110 in Canada and blah, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah. They will follow suit. I think you're right. In a couple of years, Xbox will follow suit. And for the people who are against it, same energy needs to be applied. If not,
can I just real quick on that? Like, people have a real strange habit of looking at games prices and the way that they're priced and thinking of it in the way that you might buy a physical product and looking at it in terms of parts and labor. There's no parts and labor. The price point is set to bring in the most money. It's made once and it's copied a lot of times. So you really do need to look at it differently to other products, particularly when you're talking about inflation and things like that, because it is all about finding the price point that maximizes revenue. I still find it really shocking for me. At the start of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One generation, a first-party Microsoft game was £45. For me, when they took that leap up to like 50, 55, that kind of crossed a line that made it a little bit unpleasant. I was reluctant to buy things at that price. Now they're 70 or getting that way. It's like there are very few games that I would buy day one at the moment. I'm going to struggle to resist God of War Ragnarok, but that's a real pinnacle release. There are not many games that I pay 70 quid for.
I know what you mean.
What I think added to some of the outrage was that they remastered the game not too long ago.
That's the one. That's what really makes this game.
It would be like 343, right? We need the co-op, we need all this content, and they coming out saying, "Listen, we're gonna remaster Guardians or remake Guardians and release it for you guys again." Like, wait, listen,
what are you doing?
We're waiting for the extra content, right? Where's factions? We're waiting years for factions. All you release is concept art. You're about to release a remake of a game we played not too long ago that was remastered.
Yep. I mean, The Last of Us came out in 2013. In 2014, they remastered it for the PS4, which gave it a 60 frames mode, I think. And then the PS4 Pro got the enhancement, and now they're talking about remastering it, which they are. The game is how many years old? 9 or 10 years old? Oh, yeah, almost 10 years old.
Almost 10.
And it's kind of weird because we should be saying, was this kind of early for remaster? And they did it to Halo. But what they did with Halo is they bulked them all together for $60. You got 4 games or 3 games or whatever it was.
With multiplayer.
With all of the multiplayer components. Yeah, I mean, it was broken. Shut up!
It was.
It was horribly broken. But I don't know. It's just...
It is.
The whole cash grab thing also ties into they're trying to launch a TV show, and the TV show is going to be a really big deal. And, you've got this marketing right next to it. And like this new generation are going to watch a TV show, are going to want to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a cash grab. To me, it seems like cash grab. Yeah. the burden of proof is on ND to show that this is a justifiable upgrade beyond just they mentioned this in their press release, gameplay ramifications. And if you have significantly enhanced things like the AI and combat systems, I will say, you know what? I take it back. But as it stands now, when you market a game, you put your best foot forward, and the foot they put forward is the nice visuals. And I just don't, and I'm pretty confident this is what The Last of Us remake will be. It'll be a nicer looking, perhaps slightly better playing game, but quite conservative other than the visual upgrades.
Well, are they going to change? Are they going to change some of the gameplay mechanics? Because
they said they're going to modernize it, and I don't know what that means.
So they're basically just going to use the combat's really great in The Last of Us 2. If you can get past the abysmally depressing story.
No spoilers there. Actually,
listen, whenever somebody has to come out and reassure you that it's not a cash grab, it usually is a cash grab.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on, buddy. I know you're thinking about it, but before it even comes out your mouth, it's not a cash grab.
Yeah,
that usually is.
And the moment the multiplayer was confirmed to be out of there, I thought you have a very uphill task proving to me that this is not cash grab. But let's see. Hoggy Chatty with the $2 super checkers. Greatness awaits for $70 games to go on sale. Well, I hope they don't. They're like the Nintendo model. A lot of these games, and this is what I heard a lot of as well. Just wait for it to go on sale. I'm like, stop breaking your back for this company, man. It's just so stupid. But it is what it is. Next topic.
Wait, because I have to point just real quick, because I hear lots of people say just don't buy it then, as if that's like a good argument, and other people say no, you still have to be really vocal. I actually think with The Last of Us, not buying it is as vocal as you need to be, because there's no ambiguity in why you're not buying it. Everyone knows exactly what that game is. Everyone has their value for it. There's lots of cases where that's not enough, where maybe a game that you want to love, but it's packed with microtransactions or something like that is there. And the message is like, it might get lost in not buying it. Like Crimson Dragon on the Xbox. I didn't want to buy that because of the microtransactions, but I didn't want to tell Microsoft I'm not interested in that kind of Japanese game. So in that case, not buying it doesn't send the correct message necessarily, and you need to vocalize it a bit more. With The Last of Us, it's so simple. Just wait until it's a price that you do want it, and Sony will get that message loud and clear.
Yeah. Question is, can you rally enough people?
That's not going to happen with this game. That's not going to happen with this game, though. If it was a more obscure title, maybe. But the name is so big, you can't lose. $70. Yeah, it's there'll be supply and demand there.
Yeah, like the GTA games as well, and their remasters.
Yikes.
Oof.
Yikes.
Now, Bungie has officially joined the enemy. No, it's joined PlayStation. It is now completed. And are you okay?
Yeah.
Just give us a heads up. Like, I know it's a live show, but if you're not feeling well, just give us a shout. Man, I'll take over. No power whatsoever. The camera's stuck on my face. Bungie has officially joined PlayStation. And I want to ask you, gents, what does that mean for PlayStation, Jay?
It means they can finally get a good multiplayer game. First party multiplayer game. That's what basically it means.
It means PlayStation can finally get a first party multiplayer game
that's worth playing.
That is worth playing. When's the last time we had that?
How does that work? Like, because Bungie said that we're going to be making games for everyone on no matter what platform they want to play on. Mm-hmm. So
what do they
Jay,
get?
Can they help PlayStation? I suppose they could be consultants, or they could help them work on
the 12,
the next, Resistance or Killzone or the next multiplayer game, and
the next 12 games as a service that Jim Ryan announced.
Yeah, but are those all going to be multiplats? Because Bungie said they're going to be working on games, unless they're saying we're not going to put out any IPs or any. Like, did you follow a lot of the responses going on?
It's basically exactly what you said, consulting and basically helping out the other teams with those 12 games as a service games. Seeing how successful Bungie has been with Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense because Bungie was a desperate buy because they haven't got any first-party online games that have been any comparative quality to Xbox's multiplayer games. And so they're desperate here. And I was on Kate Asante's show, shout out to him, earlier today, and he made a great point about what Bungie as a studio and in terms of its culture means for PlayStation. Because typically you get the impression that, you know, Sony run a tight ship and they have an established way of working, whereas Bungie seems like a studio that has been burnt before by another juggernaut like Activision, has worked under Microsoft, and maybe perhaps demands more autonomy because Xbox or PlayStation, has a desperate need for Bungie's input and skill set. So culturally, I can imagine, and Colt, tell me if you think I'm wrong here, but I imagine that Bungie are now under PlayStation's banner and they kind of call the shots. We have all the power here. You have no power here. And they're going to be running the show. Sony going to be sitting there listening or watching intently what they do. Maybe the consultants will be helping with the live service games. But as far as Bungie is concerned, all their IP are concerned, they're multi-plats. Isn't that dampen the acquisition for considering the price? Like, what does PlayStation get? Maybe exclusive content? Maybe earlier content? Maybe I'm
trying to remember how much they paid for Bungie. Was it
$2 billion or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this could just be a revenue venture, basically, where they're just going to make money off of Bungie's work, and then they'll also get the bonus of getting their consultation on how to get live multiplayer games successful, which everyone has pretty much been able to do except for PlayStation. PlayStation has had very few multiplayer games that have been sustainable or have been racked up a bunch of revenue or been super popular. They've been able to get that single player thing nailed really well, but the money and what drives the business are the multiplayer games, like we said earlier in the show. Yeah. So this could be just a simple thing as we're going to buy Bungie. We'll get their consultation as a bonus, but we're just going to make money off of them. And whatever revenue comes in from Destiny 2 and whatever else they've got would kind of feed through PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it's as weird now as it was when they announced it. And it's one of the reasons why it went through so quickly with the approval with the FTC. You know, there was no disruption of the industry with this. There's no major changes. The Activision Blizzard thing, there's just a major, huge companies that are way bigger and way more people involved and more employees. It has nothing to do with exclusivity, as Hoag's Law explained. The FTC doesn't care about if the game doesn't go to PlayStation. That's not why they're investigating it. So it is a weird thing. And the funniest thing is to see these Sony guys say they were claiming the Bungie Halo as now belongs to them. They're like, Halo Combat Evolved, 97 Metacritic. I'm like, Bungie made ODST. That's the lowest rated Halo game, and it's my favorite. People just don't get it. Yeah.
Reach Remastered. I saw one comment.
Yeah.
Reach Remastered. No, I mean,
it's already been remastered. It's already been enhanced and put on Combat Evolved or on Master Chief Collection. So if you want to play that, PlayStation fans, if you want to play Reach like you did back on your PS3, I guess it was. No, it wasn't even on your PS3. You're just gonna have to get an Xbox
or a PC. Well, no, you can't. Oh, okay.
You can't.
Well,
no, I mean, Master Chief Collection's on PC now.
Yeah,
but
Hoggy Chan with a $5 super chat being very toxic. Now I understand organic growth. Buy your rival studio organically. Yep, makes perfect sense. Source. I mean, that's the most organic, if that's a word. Unorganic.
The biggest studios haven't been organic.
Exactly, man. The big one. And the Bungie one is a big slap in the face of anything Jim Ryan said about that or its fans. So it remains to be seen. I still think it's a smart buy. I think ultimately Bungie will operate very different under Sony, which may potentially cause some, maybe a discord between other studios under Sony. Say, hey, hold on, there's a bit of favoritism here. Why you let them behave a certain way and not us? Hey, so what's your take on that? How will Bungie operate under Sony? And do you think this consultation thing is a thing that Bungie will be heavily relied upon just oversee maybe perhaps these 10 live service games or guide them or whatever?
Bungie are not going to oversee all 10 of them, but their expertise, you'd expect Sony to call on it if they own them. It's funny. Do you remember your least favorite thing about Destiny? I remember your least favorite thing about
yes.
Destiny. Tell me.
Yes, lots of things. Well, the first Destiny
what was your least favorite thing? I got to hear this.
There's so many different things, but you want?
Okay, you found right. It's the peer-to-peer servers was your least favorite thing.
Oh yeah, that's why I boycotted Destiny 2. Sorry, Destiny 2. Yeah, I boycotted it because there's lack of dedicated servers. Yes, sorry.
It's lack of servers. It's multiplayer. I mean, they have some wizards there that made it really nice for a casual gamer, but as service games go, that expertise is the kind of thing we'd rather Sony went away from, because it wasn't great for the quality of the multiplayer experience, which is Sony's big issue for multiplayer games. And I always blamed Activision for that more so than Bungie. Bungie, I think, worked magic with what they were given. The thing that makes a lot of sense for Bungie is, as I've said before, behemoth live service games are a massive part of gaming's future. Sony, their 10, 12 live service games that they're making, they're all pitches to get their own like Fortnite, Roblox kind of thing that will sustain them for freaking ages. And that kind of thing transcends console exclusivity and things like that. So
yeah,
the purchases, it's an obvious one in that sense. I get that not having things exclusive makes it a little bit confusing. Like, what are they actually paying for? They could have had those anyway. To get an ownership of it, and Bungie are, if you're placing bets on who's going to successfully get a live service behemoth, Bungie are quite high up there, so that's what they're paying for to me.
Yeah. No, I think they will be high up there, and it'll be a smart buy in the future, even at the comparative price is quite stark compared to something like ZeniMax, but it will pay dividends soon. Now, next topic. This came out of nowhere, but we talked about free to play and full priced games. Skate 4 or Skate Dot, as the next one's called. The next game is called Skate Alone, but it's going to be a free-to-play game. It will have cross-play and cross-progression, but it's going to be free-to-play. And when I saw that, I'm like, why? Why does Skate need to be free-to-play? J-Rock, do I have reasons to be annoyed about this? What's your take on it?
Absolutely, man. I'm kind of worried with the influx of all these free-to-play game microtransactions and all this games as a service. But I guess, man, if you're into Skate, get ready to pay, what, $15, $20 for boards? Skate shoes. That's basically what they're going to do. That's basically what they're going to do.
I mean, but see, they said, Full Circle explained that the free-to-play model in Skate will implement, there will be no pay-to-win. There will be no map areas locked behind the paywall. There'll be no paid loot boxes and no paid gameplay advantages. I see you shaking your head there, Colt Eastwood. Are you concerned? Is that okay? Are we now fine with Skate?
I mean, I'm not a Skate fan. I played Tony Hawk a lot back in the day, but I was worried about this like 10 years ago. Like, what if the big trend goes to free-to-play games? This just, I don't know. It's a smaller title. They've tried with Skate for a while, and they're probably wondering if it even make it back into the mainstream of gaming. They're probably a little bit worried, so they're trying something different. We're just seeing this a lot with some of these titles that have been out of the system for a while. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. It's a Skate game.
It's just that it's so lucrative not to go that free-to-play model nowadays that it's kind of a bit concerning, if you ask me, man.
Yeah.
So what's next? They're gonna charge us per trick? Like, you want to do a 360 handstand? Like,
I mean, for now, they're saying, okay, no, we're not going to lock content off, but, cosmetic is still content. And now, also, just to add, they say no paid loot boxes, but a data miner has found loot boxes in Skate called swag bags that uses a currency called taps, where players can unlock different customization options. So they are pay loot boxes that are
it's a different take on. It's just like people are trying to
You're not
angle
paying for
things around.
tricks. You're paying for swag. That's what
You pay for swag, yeah, like swag bags.
swag bags.
I'm a bit. Well,
I mean, but on the flip
Apex
side,
Legends.
on the flip side, Asa, didn't we kind of wish that Battlefield 2042 was free to play? Like, you could save this if it was free to play. I feel like we're all over the board on this sometimes. Do you have a stance on these big games trying to make it, whether they should go a standard model or if they should go to free to play to save their own rear end?
It's really like we're very resistant to every option at the moment, aren't we? So we've spent the first half of the show saying don't charge this much for a game, and then we spend the second half saying don't charge nothing for a game. You've got to get it just right in the middle, and it's
Goldilocks.
And it's complicated, it's nuanced. The industry is difficult, and then you've got to consider when everything is moving on to these subscription services as well. So you've got Game Pass, you've got PlayStation Premium, and when you consider games are going on there, how much of the free-to-play model are they going to pull in relative to the paid model? Where along the line is the future of gaming going to sit? I hope everybody remains skeptical and complains a lot every time we don't like anything at all. So keep at it. Complain about the prices, complain about the free ones, complain about everything. Oh wait, shit, we're old.
Oh shit, we're old. So true. Old and British as well. So we really lay it on thick. I mean, yeah, let's see. The proof will be in the pudding. I do take your point on board, Cole, that they did try everything with Skate, and Skate perhaps didn't hit. Brilliant skateboarding games, by the way. Tony Hawk seemed to have a monopoly on it, and then
they're different.
EA's
they're different. Yeah,
very different.
Skate's more sim-like in comparison to Tony Hawk. But Asa nailed it. Like we did spend a whole contradictory argument. But my stance is I don't know. Like it's a big risk as a publisher and a developer to say let's hope that the monetization pays off, because like I said, when you set out to build a traditional game, you ask for an investor, and a publisher steps in and says, we're going to pay your studio this much money, and then they divvy out a salary to the developers throughout the 4 to 6 year development cycle. And once the game launches, you've been paid, and everyone's like, I'm going to support the developer by paying $10 extra and buying $70 games. And that's not exactly how it works, unless there's some sort of bonus system. But we never hear about that as consumers and gamers. We never hear about a studio that gets a specific type of bonus for extra sales or getting game of the year. Like we heard these things might exist, but that stuff never comes to that's not our business. We're not meant to ever hear that stuff. Yeah. So when you're looking at free to play, this is a design decision or a monetization decision that this is EA that makes Skate, that EA's all over the board with how they're doing it. $70 games, free-to-play games as a service, online only. Honestly, some of these big publishers are trying everything they can do to stay relevant in this games industry, PlayStation included. That's why they stepped up and said, we're working on 10 live service games when the rest of the world has been banging money out and cranking money into their wallet with live service games for 15 years. PlayStation's just now realizing live service games as a service, this is super important to them. They're pushing it hard. They're pushing PlayStation Premium and all of the tiers. They're pushing that everywhere. They're bringing in a loyalty system. They're building 10 games as a service titles. They brought in Bungie to help them get an online presence on their platform. You have to move and you have to try things. And it just seems like
everyone's
lately
looking for that next Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Very good.
Still getting a bunch of numbers, a bunch of players.
Yeah.
I mean, support. Jay, I've spent the good part of 4 years dogging on Sea of Thieves all the time, but with a smile on my face, because I don't like when people make fun of games other people like. Like my good friend Zocker loves Sea of Thieves, and I dogged on him because when I played it, I didn't enjoy it, and then I played it last month with my kids. Game's beautiful. But it doesn't even matter what I think of the game. It's got 20 million players or something. Holy crap. Like, you don't even see that on other platforms, especially on a game that everyone thinks is trash. People, these games are really, really special in their own right.
And that's
so
why I don't understand why some people complain about Microsoft bringing up Sea of Thieves content on the game shows, right? Because one of the things
that sucks. Get that shit out of there.
One of the things we praise Xbox games for is not being those one and done games, right? Well, that comes with the territory, right? If it's not one and done and it has legs for years, they need to advertise what's coming to those games.
They have sea legs because we've seen Sea of Thieves so many times.
They got peg legs, long peg legs.
Peg legs, yeah.
No, our gripe was just move that really great, hilarious trailer for Sea of Thieves, move it to the next day and shorten the show. But no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, they had nothing to show, so of course, they would have shown Sea of Thieves. Dick Wingbat, great name. Thank you so much for the £1.79. Happy birthday, Gaz. Can we all hit the like button? Yes, please hit the like button. Don't wish me happy birthday. Red Wolf, good to see you. Thank you so much for the generous $10 super chat. Sorry, Gaz and Colt, haven't been able to watch either of your shows for a while. I've been really sick. That sucks to hear. I hope you're on the mend there, Red. Just wanted to show some support and wish everyone a happy weekend. Source. I hope you're okay. I hope it's not COVID. If it is, join Acer in it. But Acer soldiering on like the soldier he is. And yeah, there was a good chat about what it means in this industry. I mean, it's a nuanced topic, pricing, but at the very least, don't tell anyone not to talk about it because we will do the opposite. Now, I've got quite a few topics here, but I'm just going to blast through this one. A new Aliens game has been announced. It just came out of nowhere, and this looks quite interesting, although we don't know that much about it. Yeah, finally. And that's it. That's what we know. Like, it's a new game coming to consoles, PC, and virtual reality platforms, and an intense single-player action horror game. Now, we don't know much about it, but it seems like this is going for Alien Isolation's vibe, which I need to play still, which I hope you can play on Steam Deck. But, Asa, do you even like to play horror games in VR?
They're 10 times more terrifying than they are in a pancake scenario. This particular game, so Servios that are making it, they were set up as primarily a VR developer, and they've done a lot of VR games, including things like the Walking Dead one that's really, really good. Their most recent game was a pancake game, and they've had to... VR is just not a very profitable market for a big budget game. So I'm really happy to see that they are taking this approach with Aliens, where they'll probably, hopefully, make a decent amount of money from the people playing on their flat screens, but I'll also get a full-fledged VR game for me to run around and shit myself in. Can't wait.
Yeah, no, that's going to be... I want to play Alien Isolation, but this game is going to be... looked at quite fondly. I think a lot of people are expecting an Alien Isolation type thing, but in a VR and an Aliens game, you're made of sterner stuff than me, because I don't know if I could withstand the horror of that. Colt, you don't have a VR headset. Would this appeal to you though? Unless in Pancake, did you like Alien Isolation?
I haven't played. I'm too scared to play Alien Isolation, so I have to go back and play that. No, this doesn't appeal to me, but that would scare the crap out of me. If anyone has seen my short clip that Dealer shared, or that I shared, of me playing Resident Evil 7 when I screamed on a stream.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, freaking the scream I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
it was a screech.
It was a screech indeed.
And then
what about you, J-Rock?
Dealer's laugh like immediately after, because he was in the stream on the voice chat. It's freaking hilarious. Look that up on Twitter.
That's a classic clip as well. J-Rock.
But these Alien games, they've been trying over and over. They've been trying over and over to get these Alien games to hit, like Alien Fireteam. Predator, Colonial Marines, and then Alien Isolation is probably one of the best ones. I don't know that some of these super iconic movies have a hard time making into games.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, what was that? I always fondly remember an Aliens game that came out on PC years ago, first-person game, and you could control... Oh, actually, I remember. You could control an alien, you could control a predator, and a human. They had 3 different campaigns, and it was incredible. If anyone remembers what that game was, especially if you could control as an alien, you could control a little necromorph. No, you could crab thing.
Can I show the Colt Eastwood scream? Because I love that clip.
Yes.
Oh,
You have it?
Oh, yes. It's coming. It's coming.
Wow.
Hopefully
Are
with
you
volume.
going to be? Oh.
I love that.
You gotta do it again with the audio. Hold on.
There was audio on the
We
screen.
couldn't hear the audio. Do it again.
I think on
See if you
screen
can
they're
get it
hopefully
work.
good.
They could, because I unmuted. I could hear you screaming.
Yeah, darn. I think I was using Mixer, but like on console back last generation, Mixer and Twitch were the lowest quality of all streams that ever existed in humanity. It's really horrible. It's like 720p at like 1 bit rate. It's really horrible. But yeah, the scream I did, like I've listened to that clip like 700 times because when Dealer laughs at me, could the audience hear it?
Yeah, they could all see it. I could hear it. I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't.
They heard it, unfortunately.
It was on the stream if you
Yeah.
unmuted the stream, but yeah, you could hear yourself twice. Yeah, man, that was. I mean, we need to do more streaming. I think it'd be quite funny. Ace has got the right touch there. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Aliens. But the PC game I was talking about. Do you remember? Like there was crab thing. You had 3 campaigns: there's human, sick campaign, predator, and alien. And the alien one was crazy because you started off right from the start of life form, like the little crab things. You'd impregnate someone, then you had to eat out of someone's stomach in real time as a little alien. You burst out as a little necromorph. Alien versus Predator. That's it. Painful discourse. And then you ate a cat to become bigger, and then you ate bigger creatures, and then you turned into a full-on necromorph and just started. And they could walk upside down. It was really like discombobulate you because of it was just like the perception was it was weird. It was a great game though. It was a great game. What are you laughing at, Cole?
I'm listening to you. I went back and watched it twice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you watched it back. I'm not gonna flash you, Tony Okami. What the hell does that mean? You weird person. Your baby father with a $5 super chat. Some great chat, guys. The lack of games is forcing me to touch grass. It's kind of nice.
Oh man.
Your baby father, shout out to you, man. Mad love. CD Projekt Red. I want to quickly touch about this because we have a couple of more topics here. But CD Projekt Red, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is quite shocking. This is a bad spell for CD Projekt Red. Their stock is worth a quarter of what it was before Cyberpunk.
They went down
75%
in value because of Cyberpunk. That sucks. And that game that game is great. I was gonna say so good. The game needs so much help, but it's such a good game. Man,
with amazing technical prowess.
Is that all like Ace is that all like public perception that just dive bombed their stock value?
I've not actually heard this particular story, so I suppose so. I mean, someone needs to buy them now if they're that cheap, right?
So
see if I can find that.
I've got the article here. So a new report from Business Insider Poland paints a grim picture for CD Projekt Red. But the company's value has cratered by over 75% since its launch of Cyberpunk, a business that once boasted a market capitalization of over 40 billion Polish zloty. I didn't even know what zloty. That's a weird name. Zloty is the currency.
I thought you said something else. I was like, oh.
What do you think I said?
Slutties. Oh, man.
40 billion Polish zlotys. No, it's pretty bad. And they apparently, they were trading quite high, but they're still in the stock exchange. Like they are the top 20 companies. If I remember correctly, I was reading this earlier. They're still there. They say it's not the end of the world. The company still sits comfortably in the WIG 20 index, the 20 biggest companies on the Warsaw Stock Exchange. So there is that. But look, why are we talking about that? Because this was one of the darlings of the industry, and this is a catastrophic failure. That's what Cyberpunk 2077 is. Despite the fact that it sold, I think, 20 million or something, it is still a massive failure. And I want to ask you, gents, what does that mean for Witcher? Because now they're moved to Unreal Engine. They're not doing their own engine.
That's a great decision too.
It is a great decision as well, although Digital Foundry didn't like that decision. Why do you say it's a good decision, Jay?
I think it's going to streamline the work and also bring up the visuals of their game, because Cyberpunk is beautiful, but then some instances you're like, this engine is struggling.
Yes. It's not as technically proficient as some people think, because that game is inconsistent in its visual quality. The world is great, but some of the other bits aren't, and it's not a problem. Unreal Engine will probably be a necessity. It's why they moved in there, because they need to churn out the next Witcher. And
that engine was probably one of the main reasons for the downfall of Cyberpunk. That was overpromising, overextending the whole team, getting it to work on last gen consoles, current gen consoles, trying to get ray tracing in there. And listen, I guess that engine couldn't handle it. So I agree with the move over to Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. And I think that it definitely played a big part of it. And then a lot of people were surprised that they'd forsaken their own engine, but it makes sense to me. Cole, this is, I mean, it may be still in the top 20 companies in whatever, the stock exchange in Poland, but this is make or break to me for CD Projekt Red. What means that they're going to go raw for the next Witcher series. I'm very confident. In fact, in order to restore confidence to the old levels of CD, they have to go ham. Visually amazing, content rich, technically smooth. They will be so shook at CD Projekt Red trying to get the next Witcher game to be just good. And I also think they have pressure to release it ASAP. What do you say to that, you kind, sexy
I think they can take as long as they want. But the jump from Witcher 2 to Witcher 3 is pretty amazing. Witcher 3 looks incredible. It's a very, very beautiful game. I don't know how many 60 or 80 hours I have into it. And it doesn't even look like the same studio when you look at Cyberpunk. And I really like Cyberpunk. So yeah, maybe that's just their forte, is the third-person open-world game. And they're going to create Witcher 4, whatever they call it. It'll be really, really great. And maybe Cyberpunk they had this idea of what they thought it would be, and they just didn't make it, because to me it felt like an older game in a new generation. And
that's what it was.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's a tough thing, because when you look at the character models in Cyberpunk, other than the main characters, the main characters look amazing, right?
Yeah.
When you talk to your main characters, but when you talk to anyone else, it's like, all right. It's just weird. Like their lighting system is just not right, and I don't know if ray tracing fixes that. I haven't seen it look that much different on character models. So
yeah,
and Night City felt dead to me, right?
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we played in an open city where it's not? We just expect a certain level of interactivity in the city, and when you don't get that, like in the Mafia games, or you don't get it in Cyberpunk, something doesn't feel right. If you automatically say it feels dead, because you're not getting what you expect from your typical run-of-the-mill open city sandbox game. Still loved it. But Witcher will be great.
Did you ever notice that you were basically the only guy on a motorcycle in the whole city?
I never noticed that. Were there no other pedestrians or no other motorcycle people driving around?
Nope.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I mean, the city was dead. It had a load of random problems anyway. But yeah,
you couldn't shoot from your car, which felt weird.
Yeah.
While you're driving, I don't know. I really liked it.
I know it's a shame, but I think shout out to Jeff Grubb, even though that piece of he's causing me so much grief with his neon white bloody score. I'm milliseconds off, 9:66. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna go. But yeah, Jeff Grubb's review, and I really liked his review, and he nailed it. This is really good. He said it's like an old gen game, still holding on to the old mechanics of the old gen, but yeah, whatever. That's how you do a review, in my opinion. Shout out to Red Wolf. Thank you for becoming a member. I hope you're feeling better, and the altitude surely made you feel great. Thank you for being a member and joining the Familia. You're all part of the Familia, but whatever. Like, now you're the Express Familia.
Now
We'll
you're
give
an
you a
official
mascot.
part of the Familia.
Yeah, exactly. You get a happy ending. Patrick from Asa. Patrick, thank you for being a member for 3 months. And he says, great show so far today, guys. Going to take my kids to get some ice cream. I'm dying. There's ice cream in the fridge downstairs, and that's all I can think about, by the way. I should have brought it, but it melted. Anyway, shut up, guys. Going to take my kids for ice cream. I'll catch the rest later. Hope you feel soon better, Asa. Oh, he cares about you, Patrick. He cares about you. Speaking of people don't care about you, 343. So, sorry, Halo Infinite's campaign co-op flighting has been released. I'm gonna let the gents talk about it because I get it. You guys don't like me talking about Halo. Jay, I know you are a Halo fan, and you're maintained resolute. You do your community games, which I want to join you on because I see your scores. You got a good KD. You carry the team on your back.
Yeah, that's right.
If I join you, that will change because both of us can carry the team as well. Because I can actually play Halo like some pieces, but that remains to be seen because I'm not that great as I used to be. But you play it with community, you play it with Hoggy, and you are quite positive. Perhaps you may be a bit annoyed about my propensity to shit on 343's works. But what's your take on Halo Infinite's co-op flighting? Have you tried it? Did you get into the flighting? What's your thoughts on it?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try it right after the show, actually.
Okay.
Before the Halo game night, which is later on at 9:00.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it should have been there at launch. You know, it should have been there at launch. I'm one of those people, but I can't wait to try it. I'm excited for it. Like, me and my brother is gonna run through it, so I can't wait.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't wait as well. But Colt, are you actually going to download the flighting, or are you going to wait for the full thing? Because none of your progress carries over or anything, and you have to download a separate client as well.
I mean, I've 100%ed the Halo Infinite campaign twice.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, in
I
the flight build that I did for the game review, none of it carried over to the final version. So I went through and got every forward outpost. I think I got every I got every armor piece. I did skull. Everything. Yeah. I didn't get all the skulls. That's the only thing I didn't do. And I've looked that up, and I'm like, I do not care about looking for those skulls. So then when the game came out, I went and did it all again. I beat the game on heroic, and then I went through and found all the stuff, marked off everything on the map. So for me, I could play the game with like dealer or whatever and try out co-op and enjoy it. And I guess it wouldn't matter, but like, are there achievements for co-op?
they're adding new achievements. Yeah. Co-op.
Yeah, I'll just wait then. I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of playing a really cool game right now that I'll be playing. When's the Halo co-op come out?
With season 3.
Oh my
season
3. Give me a break. It's taking so long. and I'm still mad that they just like phoned it in with a well, I'll ask Asa. I've got Asa here. I've got a phone a friend. Asa, what's going on with when you play campaign co-op in Halo Infinite, you play as a carbon copy of Master Chief. How difficult would it be for 343 to skin your co-op character if you're being hosted with your multiplayer custom armor?
Okay. For any other developer, really easy. For 343, give it another year.
But what's interesting about that is that during the cutscenes of the Lone Wolf season 2, you actually see your online character.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know what's.
I saw that, and I don't know what that's
since
about.
we have Asa here, let me ask him what's going on with the ray tracing and in Halo.
They lied.
They lied. That's true.
When
bro.
is that launching? When is that dropping?
Oh shit! I completely forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a sea of problems for 343. And yeah, I completely forgot about ray tracing in there as well. 343 are a studio in turmoil. They are not up to the standard that Halo needs to be. That needs to be handed over to another studio. Someone mentioned it in Santi's show in chat. They want me to do a video as if I want to lose more subs. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make a video. I don't give a shit if I lose more subs. I just need to get off my chest on Halo. Maybe what 343 has done with Halo. But in terms of co-op, I find it, you're going to hate this, but I find so grating, Asa, that they have to release a flighting for the co-op. Like the game, Halo 3 had it day one. 4-player co-op at launch. I remember playing it day one, but this needs a beta. This needs a flighting, and then I don't know when it's out. Or it doesn't have like you say. A lot of people were like, "Oh no, it doesn't make sense to have custom Spartans because the story doesn't make sense." But having 4 clones of Master Chief makes complete sense. Apparently,
they were seriously hitting me with the lore. Those other Spartans wouldn't be there. I'm like, yeah, but 3 other carbon copy Master Chiefs would be there. Oh my gosh. I actually reached out to 343 and asked them what the technical limitations or why they chose to have you play as Master Chief. Crickets. Haven't heard a word back. They know who I am. They've talked to me many times. No, like, hey, we'll look into it. Hey, let me ask the team, or this is a design decision we made. No, like PR talk, nothing. No response.
They're studio in turmoil. I have, well, okay, I'm going to stop talking about it, but I wish I had a chance to sit to Bunny Ross. I wouldn't be abrasive in my questioning. I would be very thorough, but also impassioned, because please don't make excuses for 343, especially if you're a journalist. I want to call out by name, but no, forget it. It's not worth it. They are not worth it. Perksy, thank you for being a member for 10 months. He goes, I've been a member for almost 12 months. I'm still waiting on my happy ending. Oh, and happy birthday, guys. You know what? Keels, cream, I'm here for you, Perksy. I'm here for you. Come to me. That sounds really wrong. Splendiferous. There's a lot of cream. That's very expensive cream as well. Splendiferous, thank you for the $2 super chat, because Gaz loves 343 so much he shaved his chest hairs. Lies. There you go. You see, I don't
like a wolf.
like hair on my chest. I mean, I don't have much hair on my body. This is slightly different. But
so you took it off your arms and put it on your chest. That's what happened?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I don't have hair on my arms, but I do have it on my chest. Just for you, Splendiferous, bro.
Chest.
Just for you. Yeah. Yeah, so Halo Infinite, I will definitely, I'm looking forward to playing it co-op, but it is what it is. Hoggy Channy with the $5 super chat. Thank you again. He goes, play the co-op for the dead game, and that's how it should have come out. This is Halo. Terrible decision to release Halo without it. # delay Halo. Hoggy, we are one of the few people who agreed. It is what it is. I just want a statement, something like a hard-hit interview. You know, I'll try and angle it if they have an appetite, but they'd be like, "Who the hell are you?" But let's see. PlayStation Stars introduced. PlayStation does an all-new loyalty program from PlayStation that's just basically competing. Am I wrong to say that it's basically like Xbox rewards? Have you guys looked into it? Do you know what this is about?
I mean, it's mostly the same in a lot of ways. You get awarded for platinums and for achievements. And on Xbox Rewards, when you get basically any achievements of a game that's in Game Pass, you get Microsoft Rewards. If you do quizzes and play other games that are included in the system that are not even in Game Pass, you get rewards, and that goes directly transferred or converted into actual money that you can spend in the Microsoft ecosystem. Or for Xbox dollars, I have mine set to automatically convert when I get 14,000 or 23,000. 23,000 it is, which I can get in a couple months of just playing and buying games. It automatically converts the 23,000 points into $25 in my account. So when like a DLC or a game comes out, it's like, do you want to use your $25 toward the purchase? And it just chops that off before it goes into my debit card. So I just do that stuff all automatically. I don't really mess with the Microsoft Rewards. Now it's a passive system for me, but it's pretty cool that PlayStation for years has had a reward system, but it wasn't in use for their fans or their customers. Now they're really pushing it forward and making it more integral to their playing, which is kind of part of the competition drives competition and drives better value for everybody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Xbox has no games.
And on
So-
that,
So pretty much a copy and paste of the Microsoft awards.
Sauce,
Right.
Jay. Sauce, Jay. Your enemies are watching this stream.
I know
They're
they're
watching you
here.
intently. They're recording everything you say. Just know that I've got your back. I've got your back. When
worry,
they come for you,
The
they come for all
Gremlin
of us.
Nation, the Gremlin Nation will handle them.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Jay. By the way, you are an inspiration for a lot. I think I messaged you a while ago saying I love your sense of humor. And your so in the last Source video, you shared this weird guy from the early 360 days with the wine glass and the Final Fantasy thing. That was you. And I've also had your tweets feature into it. So a lot of the content that appears in the Source video, the tweets especially, come from you and Colt and Colt's photoshops. Source. We are
Legendary.
one part of the Gremlin Nation. Hey, so anything to mention before I go to our final topic on PlayStation Stars?
I can't remember who it was, sorry, but someone in chat said that it's more like Nintendo coins or something. I didn't know Nintendo have a loyalty system. That's interesting to me. I'm not going to start using a Switch or being at all loyal to anybody, but I don't lose anything by them trying to make me loyal, right? Come on, keep giving me stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. I need to do what you did, Cole, and maybe after this I'll chat to you about setting my rewards so it's passive, because I don't really know much about it because I'm terrible with my money and just, yeah. But yeah,
Play
that's
more
good.
games.
I do. I need to stop playing bloody Neon White.
Even logging on to games, and it seems like when I play MLB The Show a whole bunch, and I hardly ever get any achievements in that game because of how far into it I've gotten. And every day when I log on, it's like, you've unlocked a new Game Pass reward, and then I turn in like a couple of different quests. So there's little quest things there that like earn an achievement in a Game Pass title, or play this game and get this achievement. And I don't even go for them. They just unlock as I'm doing stuff because I don't look at the list.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's free money. That's sort of free money.
Yeah, I know a lot of people actually tell me, guys, you're missing out. No, I can't buy reward points in Apex because I've pretty much bought everything anyway.
Now,
we have lost
in
J-Rock.
2018, Zocker and I put out videos about Microsoft Awards. If you have, hey, half my face.
J-Rock is gone.
Oh yeah, he'll be back. Hey, that's kind of cool. In 2018, I put out this 5-minute video. Like, if you ever want to take 5 minutes, I used to, in the morning, I would open up Edge browser and I would do these quizzes, and it literally took exactly 5 minutes. I'd do these quizzes, click these clicks in a search, and then I would do a couple of them on my phone. It took exactly 5 minutes. So I screen recorded all of it and made a video to where I could get about 3 full price games paid for from Microsoft Awards. I stopped doing that like 2 or 3 years ago, but that was my daily routine. I would sit down in the morning before work, spend exactly 5 minutes clicking these things and doing the thing on my phone, and then I would be done, and I would rack up like $60 every 3 months.
That's
in
pretty
Microsoft
mad.
Awards money.
That's actually
And
quite
then,
generous.
of course, people are using it, like they're using rewards money and throwing it toward Game Pass. So Game Pass has been paid for from them just unlocking achievements. You can do that easily.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh, did you see that guy? That reminds me of the guy who complained about Halo Infinite's co-op not being free because I don't know what that was. I'll put that in a Source video. That's a Source topic because what an idiot. But I'll put it in a Source video chat if you don't know what you're talking about. It'd be better to see the video playing as well. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, no, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of rewards. But it's just I'm not as organized as you to do that. But yeah, last topic of the day. Hopefully we can get J-Rock back from the depths of wherever he's gone. The PlayStation Nation had got him. It's Bayonetta 3. I don't know. You're not a massive fan of Bayonetta, Cole. You probably not played that game.
I played it. I played it 2 generations ago. Yeah. A little bit.
I mean, I played all the Bayonetta games. I do like them. They're a bit off the wall and crazy, but Bayonetta actually has a release date now, and it's October something. I've completely forgotten the date. I have it here somewhere. No, I don't, because I'm just horribly disorganized. October 23rd is what I'm going to say, because my brain is saying, okay, it's on the GameOnDaily homepage, of course, October 28th. So it's there. So Bayonetta 3 is coming out. It's going to be, the first two games were great. I think the second one was met very well critically. I don't know if the second one did better than the first, but, and Safe should be here because he's the Nintendo guy. Remember Safe, aka Jason Schreier? You're going to see a lot more of him on Game-On-Daily as he gets his new studio set up as well. Great guy, he's really hilarious. But Bayonetta 3 is, I have a feeling this could be the best Bayonetta game out of all three. Well, it could either be the best or the worst. It won't be middling in the middle, in my opinion. I think Platinum will go pretty rawly on this. Platinum. Platinum. Oh, we completed Platinum and From. Yeah, Platinum. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. And it's got a release date. It's only coming out. It's coming out very soon. Asa, you're a Bayonetta fan? You looking forward to playing this?
No. I was actually really disappointed when I played Bayonetta. It was quite well hyped and stylistically is a game that should have been fun. But I went and played. It was quite a way after it came out. I went and played Bayonetta and didn't have a very good time. I actually bought a Wii U specifically for Bayonetta 2 and never played it because I didn't get along with the first one.
The Bayonetta remaster was really nasty. It looked like they just up-resed it. It was really a visually... what's the word? It was just really noisy looking, like really super noisy. And I tried to play it because I got Bayonetta with Vanquish, which Vanquish is a pretty cool little dumb, game that's really fun. I replayed that, but Bayonetta's remaster. I just have this thing about Platinum games. I don't know.
I can play Vanquish on my Steam Deck. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be good, yeah.
And Spec Ops: The Line. I like Bayonetta. I especially like the fact that when she does do a super, you can see a lot of skin. But you can turn on a mode now. This game has a mode where you do the specials and her body's on display. You can do a family-friendly version, so her clothes don't disappear. So when your family's there, it's always awkward, isn't it? When your parents or family members or whatever, the other half is there, and you're playing this game, and you see sexy things and naked people. It's weird. I don't know if this is an Asian thing or just a general family thing, but sex scenes and stuff, family is a bit weird. Violence, that's fine. But I find it weird.
Well,
but
it is weird. I mean, we see action and adventure violence all the time, but when a character comes out and her bits and things are covered by hair, it's like your kid walks in the room. It's super weird. Like, I don't know. Some of these things are so strange to me.
It's a cultural thing.
She's got guns in her heels of her high heels, and this game's really strange. But it's really highly rated. People really like it.
I like it. I love the games. I think they're really good. I think they're a bit. Sometimes I do wonder, like, why does this get massive critical acclaim? Astral Chain is the same as well. Although I need to play that again. But
it's over the top visuals and the effects on screen and the fluidity of combat is like really amazing. You just have to, like, one of my friends is playing a newer Japanese action adventure game, and he said that it gets really over the top for what he's used to, but the combat's really great. And then some other times you're like, what are they thinking? Because it can be so strange, especially if you're a person that lives in the West. Like, I don't watch anime and a lot of Japanese stuff, so the stylistic stuff that goes on is so far out of what I'm used to seeing for entertainment. It could come off really outlandish, and it's a culture shock for somebody who doesn't follow that stuff. And I have friends who grew up in North America that love Japanese styled stuff, movies, cartoons, video games, because they grew up around that stuff. And I've kind of, I don't know, it's just how it is.
Yeah, it is. Welcome back, Jay. Where did you go?
There he goes.
Ponies got me.
That's what I was saying. Phone's got you.
You took your boy out, man.
The internet shut down. That's all good, man. We were just talking about the final topic as we wrapped up the show. Colt was quite interestingly talking about the culture shock between like some Japanese games. I like Bayonetta 3. Looking forward to Bayonetta. We talked about a lot of ass. No, we didn't talk
Hold
about
on,
ass.
I have to
You mean
clear.
the fan
I knew.
service?
Hold on, I
Yeah.
have to clear something. Because I knew this would upset people. Because somebody in the chat says Colt sounds narrow-minded. I explained to you how I didn't. I grew up avoiding that stuff because I didn't like it. Like, it is exactly like someone saying, "I don't like this type of thing. I don't like this type of food. I've tried it. I don't like it." I've tried. I've tried to watch some anime stuff. I've tried to play a lot of Japanese games that are like that, and they just don't like them. They just don't. They're not for me. Doesn't make me narrow-minded.
Does he have to? Yeah. Does he have to like it? Does he have to?
No.
How much does he have to force himself to like? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I was just talking to one of my good friends about. I just watched the Batman movie. He says he doesn't like the Batman movie at all, and like I can't say you're so narrow-minded. You know, that's not how it works. And it doesn't have anything to do with
You should get new friends, Colt. You should get.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Batman?
I'm gonna clip.
I love the guy. I love the guy. And you know, there. This bad juju says, if you like Devil May Cry, you'll like Bayonetta. I like Devil May Cry a lot more than I like Bayonetta. Like Devil May Cry is very Japanese. It's very Japanese style. It was very weird when I played Devil May Cry 5 a couple years ago. Like a dealer and I were both playing. We're like, I don't know what's going on. It's super weird. Like the way that some of the things happen, but the game looked great and the combat was great. And I just kind of like make my way through it because I'm enjoying most of it. But some stuff just sort of puts me off because it's just not my style.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you'll never catch me watching old Star Trek stuff, but I would watch an old Star Wars movie. It's just that's how people are. It's not narrow-mindedness. We all try stuff.
I mean, at least you tried it. At least you tried it before coming up to that, making up that decision. You know. So
a lot of people don't even do that.
Some people don't.
And the last thing I'll say, some stuff you'll see and you're just like, nah, no thanks. And that happens all the time. And it doesn't make you narrow-minded, but I don't know. I hate rhubarb. And go over to you, go.
Yeah, the first Bayonetta was fire. I enjoyed it, but I didn't play the second one because it was on the Nintendo consoles only. Yeah, but I like Bayonetta. I like Devil May Cry. Those type of games. I loved it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Bayonetta 3 also looks like just before you left, was saying that this could be one. In my opinion, they could be going for the best one here. This could be great. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks quite like crazy. It does play like Devil May Cry, but it's very different thematically.
The original Devil May Cry is not like the newer iteration, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I might give it another go. I might give the second one a go at some point because, like I say, I got it and I never did play it. I will say, as like resident Nintendo hater that throws the Switch over my shoulder, Nintendo have a really solid release schedule. Like their lineup is just game after game after game for the rest of the year, and it's like,
is it?
I got so many games coming out all the time. I don't know. Shut up. They just have.
Zelda's coming out next year, right?
They've got the Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They've got, I don't know. They've got other ones coming out this year. I just keep seeing things. I mean, like, what? Nintendo have got more stuff coming out. Splatoon 3, yeah.
Yes, when's that coming out? Splatoon 3 release date. So 9th of September. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, we always gave like Nintendo shit for it, but they have quite a solid year as well of like not mega releases, but really good quality games. So yeah, good shout to it. No, but honestly, yeah, I'm looking forward to Bayonetta 3. There's quite a lot of good games coming out. That's October 28th as well. So yeah, if you're a fan of it, or you're narrow-minded and don't want to check it out. No, it's just, yeah.
How dare
different strokes. How dare you? I know. No, there's different strokes for different folks.
But yeah, you get happy endings.
Yep, happy endings galore. I'm giving them away.
Different strokes for different folks.
The Gremlin Nation strikes again. Gamer by choice. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. What color is your badge? Blue. I think that's the max at the moment, right? Yeah, we've all got it blue because me and Asa just subscribed to our own things day one. So from
you're your biggest supporter.
Yeah, we are. But shout out to Gamer by Choice from supporting us from day dot. Great show. I love the passionate conversation, he says. People hit the like button and share it out. Please do share it out. We work hard on our content, and we will be doing so in the next few videos this week. Source and non-source coming out. Hopefully this week. I'm working on this tomorrow. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. You've had an incredible show. Very mixed bag of topics. Incredible guests. And you, our lovely viewers, before we go, you have to give the gents, it's outro time. Jay, you had a debut on your show here in Game On. I hope you had a good time.
Had a blast, man.
When
Love
are
it.
you going to make your content beyond Twitter, man? Because I think your sexy face needs to be on YouTube.
Everywhere,
It
right?
needs to be more often everywhere. You need to have a presence.
Listen, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get Colt to help me out because I love his production quality. Your production quality is top notch. So once I get those connections connected, listen, I'm ready to
This
bring
is what
it
we're
out.
here for. We're here to help. Give us a shout. Bro,
But
your
listen,
eyes are green.
I want.
Oh no, that's your background. It's like
Yeah.
a reflection
I
on your
wanna plug
eyes
in-
are even green.
Yeah, it's all Xbox here. I want to plug my little game night in for tonight. I want to see community come in, have some fun.
Yep.
You know, I know you don't like Halo, but you should come on through and enjoy our custom matches.
I'm
Telling
there.
you, it's a blast.
I'm there. The only thing is the timing is 9 p.m. Your time is
Yeah, I know.
like 3 a.m. my time. But no, absolutely. I do play Halo multiplayer. So I'm definitely still down for it. And do check it out. Do check out J-Rock's stuff. It's linked in the. Thank you, Isla, for linking J-Rock's Twitter handle in the chat. And do make sure to follow him for the community game nights because they're great.
Drop your game tags and I'll add you and we'll get ready to rock and roll.
Absolutely, absolutely. Last but certainly not least, it is Colt Eastwood, the man with
Sunburn.
The man with an opinion. Sunburn. Yeah.
I just wanted to see your face on the main screen. Oh man, I love you, man. It's such a good time as always having you, man. It's obviously talking to one of my best friends, so it's pretty easy. But Colt, you haven't made a video in a while because Xbox has no games. What is in store for you? Talk to your people because I know they're like they want content, but what's your? What's the struggle? What's your mindset?
It's been about a week and a half or so since I made a video. I covered the Xbox handheld and learned that almost all of my subscribers don't care and don't want a handheld from Xbox, which is pretty cool because the whole video was about how I don't think Xbox will make one. So I'm working on a really big Starfield video that I'm probably going to take a couple weeks to work on. But in the interim, I may be putting out a small review for a very, very cool game or expansion. I don't know. I don't think Xbox did a very good job of hiding what we've been playing. So I think it's just like right out there in the open. But I'm just trying to adhere to their, I don't know what they ask, but I'm having a really good time.
What's
So we're into
Horizon
some good
5
stuff.
Hot Wheels, ladies and gentlemen?
It could be. Now, I mean, it's like, let me just be super cryptic. I'm just trying to be respectful. But yeah, a lot of good stuff in store to kind of hold us over for the next month, because there is an actual onslaught of games coming, even if you're on Xbox. Because we got Evil West, Hogwarts. Supposedly we got that Avatar game. We've got Callisto Protocol.
Plague Tale.
What's that?
Plague's Tale.
Plague's Tale,
Yeah.
Requiem is coming. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Scorn.
I don't know about Scorn. I think Scorn will be quietly slow, but there's some cool stuff coming. There's at least 5 or 6 games to be excited about playing once we hit August or September. So, yeah, summer's going quick.
High on Life.
High on Life, that's another one.
That's the big one, actually, for me.
Yeah. So I would expect a lot of stuff to play. And, I'll get back to making content, but, yeah, we'll do it. It's just been weird. Like, people are just getting really cranky, even if you have a bunch of games coming. They're like being super cranky. Like, you can't say I really like this because people are like, no, I don't like that.
I saw a guy being outraged that he had to pay once again to experience the co-op in Halo. So
yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about that today, but yeah, he's mad that the guy. Well, here, I'll just say this: the guy spent $1 last year just so he could play Halo Infinite. He got the $1 Game Pass bundle. After all this time, he got the $1 Game Pass bundle so he could play Halo Infinite. And then 9 months later, they're going to drop campaign co-op, and he's mad that he has to either pay $10 for another month which he says is 10 times more, or he has to pay 60 times more and pay for the whole entire game on a supposed free update. Wow.
What a idiot, man. I'm saying what you're thinking.
Whoa. I mean,
I'm just kidding, but it's a bad take. Whoever you
we
are,
all
bad
say
take. But
we all say
J-Rock-
things that are misaligned with reality, and sometimes you just need to say, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah, but he
guess I
didn't
just-
say I don't know. Instead,
doubling
he
down.
doubled down because
Doubled
J-Rock,
down
you
3
shared it.
times.
You shared it. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have seen that. So thank you
Right.
for more source material. And then after that, he goes, "Hey, no, my point is, I paid $1 for Game Pass, so it's ridiculous." Now, what the flip kind of planet do you live on? Oh, but thank you for existing, for giving me content, because they entertain us. That's what the Gremlin Nation is about. That's what the Gremlin Nation is about. It's making
Gremlin
fun
Nation.
of people. Yeah, that's what. See, we like the console wars because it's just human. There's like people who do dumb stuff, and we like to weaponize, make it. It's a meta game for us. It's like sports commentary. It's like that's what it is. It's sports teams. So we like it. So there'll be people with dumbass takes, and we'll make fun of it. Thank you so much, everyone in chat, and Zorka E7, I see you, for coming on. If you did enjoy the show, please hit the like button. If you're listening to to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, do try and leave a review if you can. I think it helps with the SEO if you like the show. If you do like the show, don't bother leaving a review. Either way, whatever. We don't care. Be honest in your reviews. I hope you had a great time, and hopefully we'll have some excellent content for you next week. So please smash the like button, share it out. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone in the chat. Batman is a good movie. Don't ever listen to Zorka87 about movies. On that note, Asa is going to do the outros. I didn't forget you, bruh.
It's the 1 week where I wanted you to forget me. I'm not well. That's the end. Thanks, everyone, for coming by, and we'll see you in the week next week,